But what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. They still see black men as a toy. Now, some of y'all don't know, the thumbnail comes from the actual movie The Toy. This was starring Richard Pryor. A rich guy buys his son a toy that's really a black man as a toy, You know. It's really, messed up situation, right? But he bonds with the kid, blah, blah, blah. And what I see, with a lot of these conversations that involve the idea of black men, or the thoughts of black men, or the feelings of black men, or the experience of black men, we're still seen as a toy. Like our point of view and opinion doesn't necessarily exist outside of the games you playing or the games you want to involve us in to make you feel better. So they still see us as a toy, and the irony of it is, we've walked away from the toy chest. We've walked away from the game table, and people want to retroactively, after the fact, see us as a toy when we're not in the room to be played with. You know what I'm saying? Pause, right? Um, so, but when you hear people talk, you hear non-black men and women talk about us as black people, and it's like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just making something up. You hear black women talk about black men. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about either. You're just making stuff up. And we like it shows that, and it comes across that we're supposed to be the stereotype you have in your head because it entertains you and it gives you some solace. But if we're not that, we're not allowed on the premises. Let's just put it like that. So now everything that you think you would be for a black man, you're against. But you like black men, I love black men, I love the black community. But if we're not responding like a toy, we're not here to make you feel better and entertain you and be your Christmas gift, then we're of no use, no value. And people still see us like that to this day. And the irony of it is, we're seen as a toy so they can get away from their lack of effort in life. See, we're a great distraction. That's why a lot of times when you hear people, you know, of other, ethnicities or genders complaining about us in the black community, or black men in particular, or black young men or black young boys, however you want to slice it. They come from the worst of the worst standard. Like, their standard of us is so low, it's ridiculous. But the irony of it is, there are people that match that description in their own group that they completely ignore, and they're gonna bring down their groups, ultimately, because it's just how life works. You can't live a lie forever. You can live a lie, but we can say in this country, people live a lie for lifetimes, for generations. So the lie is starting to slowly crumble. But back to the lecture at hand. We still seen as a toy because, like I said, we're a distraction. We're entertaining, and toys don't get to talk back. So when you hear these things said about us as black men, and you don't see black men in the room because we're not allowed in the room because we're just supposed to be a toy. We're just supposed to be the thing that gets played with and dumped off at when people are tired. And what you see is people gravitate to certain things about black men at certain times, but they also gravitate to a new black person saying, what other people want, saying other people's stereotypes of us. Because you got some black people who, look at it like, hey man, if everybody else is throwing dirt on you, I might as well throw dirt on you too. You're not a human being, you're a toy to them. So I can use you, my brother, as their toy, and I make a living off of it. Oh, by the way, God bless you. It doesn't really work that way. But people will, go down that road. So The other thing I gotta, talk about, because like I said, they still see us as a toy, is because even, part of the whole "Make America Great Again" slogan, basically America is declining, and nothing makes non-black people feel more American, just in my opinion, than being able to take a dump on a black man. Use a black man, put a black man in a position where he's jammed up, where he has to be a kid's toy, because has no resources, no wealth, no passive income that generates money, or everything is at a very minimal. So you start to realize over time, like, you know, if we're not here to sabotage, you know, people they don't want to deal with us on a humanistic level. It just is what it is. So at the end of the day, do they want to see us win? If it's at their convenience, yes. If it's not, no. So I'm gonna leave it at that, man, because I think I'm gonna just leave it at that. Y'all tell me what you think about this topic. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.